this is your first time logging into FairEntry, you will need to create an exhibitor profile for every member registering for the fair, and then create entries for each thing being entered into the fair, or in other words, each class being entered into. Once you log in, click on Begin Registration, then click on Individual. Then, click on a 4-H member that you'd like to register. Click on Continue. Congratulations! You have now created an exhibitor profile which can be reviewed if desired. The next step is to create entries. Start by clicking on Continue to Entries, then Create Entry. Select the desired department, and then click on the desired division. Click on Choose. At this point, there are 4 different registration options that you may see. The option that you will see depends on the class being entered and how it has been set up by Extension staff. You may end up seeing all 4 options as you register for the fair, or you may see just one. The first option you might experience allows you to select from a list of classes. This is the most direct of the registration options and also the most common. The available classes in your selected division will be listed, and you can just click on Select to register one entry in the desired class. The second option allows you to register multiple entries in one or more classes at one time. In this option, use the checkbox to the left of the desired class. Then change the quantity as desired and click Continue, review the entries, and then click on Create Entries. The third option will only show up for animal-related classes. In this option, you select a single animal class, similar to option 1, but in some cases, again depending upon how this class was set up in your county, you will add a specific, previously identified 4-H animal. To use this option, you will click on Select for the desired class. Then, click Continue. You will then need to select your club in this option. If this is a class that requires you to add an animal, click on Add an Animal to choose from previously ID'd 4-H animals. Then, click Continue. The fourth option also only applies to classes that involve animals. In this option, you start by selecting a specific animal, again one that was previously identified, and then entering that animal into one or more classes. The first step in this option is finding the animal to be entered. If this is the first time for this animal to be entered, you will have to first locate the animal and then click on Import Selected. Once the animal is listed, click on the radio button to select it. Then, choose the class or classes that this animal will be entered into. Click on Continue to review entries, and finally, click on Create Entries to complete the process. In either animal option, notice that each child in the family is able to register animals that have been previously ID'd by other members in the family. In addition, you will have until check-in day at your county fair to make your final decisions about which animal or animals will be shown by which family members. Incomplete entries. In the process of registering entries, some entries will have additional questions that you must answer. There may be errors in the entry, or there can be other reasons your entries are being flagged as incomplete. These incomplete entries will be indicated by a blue button or other information. In those cases, follow the instructions to complete the tasks indicated. There may also be situations where you cannot proceed with your fair entries for some reason or another. For example, you may need to enter an animal that is not showing up as being available for entry, or you may be unsure about the correct class to enter. In these cases, contact your county extension office staff. Their contact information can be found at www.extension.umn.edu/county. At this point, you can register additional entries and/or exhibitors. Continue on to payment only after registering entries for all of your family members. As you proceed through the checkout process, there are no fees or payments needed, but you will need to continue on to payment and submit your invoice in order to finalize your fair registration. Extension staff will then review and approve your family's entries. Once they have completed that review and approval process, you will be able to log back in, if desired, and create additional exhibitors and/or entries. Finally, some navigation hints. In terms of navigation, you can click on your fair's title up here to return to your family dashboard at any time. From there, you'll be able to access various aspects of your family's registration. The second navigation hint is that when you are in the midst of creating exhibitors and entries, this navigation bar will be present. And when it is present, you can click on any part of that navigation bar to access a different part of the process and work from there. Thank you for being part of Minnesota 4-H and for working through the FairEntry online registration process.